Summit. It's the first edition, and we are so happy to have you here, Adnan.
Thank you very much. Good evening. And I feel absolutely privileged that you have remembered me and called me on such a wonderful occasion, because I believe it's the first time. And it's lovely to always be part of something that is pioneering. And thank you.
Sure, let's take a seat and let's begin, because the question and the theme of the session is why I chose India. Adnan, why did you choose India? What's this love story? Tell us about it.
That's a good way of putting it. It is a love story. I grew up in the West. I was born in England. I was educated there, and because of the kind of profession that my father was in, being a diplomat, he was ambassador to 14 countries. So we had an opportunity to see different parts of the world and live in them. It's very different when you go and visit a place as a tourist, and it's a different thing to live in these places. And because of my proximity to India, and my music used to also take me back over here, because I learned from Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma ji, so I used to always visit during my holidays. I fell in love with India. And the vast culture, the diversity, the historical civilization, I don't think that I have seen, and there is, any other country in the world that can boast of such a rich heritage and such a tremendous amount of culture and diversity, and most importantly, the celebration of it all. I mean, I love the fact that when there's Eid over here, that we all collectively celebrate Eid. It's a national holiday. My Hindu friends will ask me for biryani and savaiyas. And when there's Diwali, we share sweets with each other, and we celebrate Diwali. Even our marriages, the customs have been all interconnected. That does not exist in the West. I mean, for example, the United States, where the second most rising religion is Islam. Whenever there's Eid, I call up a lot of my relatives over there and say, "Aja, aaj Eid hai, kya kar rahe ho?" "Arey yaar, yahan to kuch bhi nahi hai, yahan to chutti nahi hai, aaj to hum kaam pe ja rahe hain." So, despite the fact that there is the second most important religion over there, for example, is Islam, but they might respect it, but it's not married together. And so therefore, the thing I loved about India was this beautiful, unique element, not to speak of, on a lighter note, the music, the diversity of music. And there's a tremendous amount of soul, and there's still tradition over here, which is diminishing in the West. For example, family values. I mean, the moment in the West, a child is 18 years old, the parents say, "Right, okay, fine. Go and make your life, start living, start earning." And then, similarly, when they become old, the children many times turn around and say, "Right, okay, that's the old people's home. We're going to put you there." Whereas over here, the family unit is very much alive. Everybody is part of each other. This is very important, and people don't realize it, because a lot of the strength and the support that a family can give you throughout your tough times and turbulent moments of your life, that is something that we still have prevalent over here, which I think is brilliant.
Adnan, pardon me, I'm a journalist, and in whatever you say, I'm looking at what you're not saying more than at what you're saying. So what you talked about was UK, you talked about US, you talked about the West. You haven't spoken about the country you're originally from, Pakistan. How? Because India में कोई भी conversation होती है, तो ये India Pakistan का जो competition है या एक तरह की तकरार जो चलती रहती है, वो बहुत ज़रूरी है और वो डिस्क्राइब करती है कि आपका दिल क्या है, हिंदुस्तानी के पाकिस्तानी। तो पाकिस्तान और इंडिया के बीच में क्या फासले हैं, क्या आपको अच्छा लगता है इंडिया ओवर पाकिस्तान, उसका जिक्र करिए।
देखिए, बात ये कि जहाँ तक इंडिया पाकिस्तान का ताल्लुक़ है, मेरे ख्याल में वो गुफ्तगू तो कभी ख़त्म हो ही गई नहीं, और वो comparisons और वो जो constantly looking over and seeing that or thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, that is never going to stop. It has been going on ever since partition. The fact of the matter is, I've seen both sides. I haven't lived in Pakistan very long. I mean, I've hardly been there a couple of years, but I've visited. I'm very much aware of what goes on over there, and frankly speaking, when it comes to the ordinary people and the ordinary, at that level, I'm not talking about politics, and I'm not talking about the corridors of power, but when it comes to the masses and the general culture, there's very little difference. Actually, there's very little difference. People love the same Bollywood music as is loved over here. The same stars that are adored over here are adored over there. The same pulao is over there, and the biryani is also the same. So there are absolute similarities on every front. People love their dal chawal over there as well. So I mean, you'll find all those similarities over there. There's actually not that much of difference when it comes to the mindset of the culture, because after all, it does belong to the same root. Just because somebody decided to create a border, in 1947, doesn't change the skin, it doesn't change the DNA. It doesn't change the religion and the mindset of the people. I mean, most of them have got family over here and vice versa. So there is going to be similarity. Languages are the same. So how can you say that it's going to be chalk and cheese? No,
but many people say that you've chosen India over Pakistan. Was it just the music that brought you here, the culture, the traditions, or was it something beyond that? And how do you feel when there is controversy around the fact that, Adnan Sami ko de di citizenship, or controversy ho gayi political?
Well, actually, kya hai ki, I don't know, I seem to invite it somehow. Maybe it's in my aura. It's like, why did he get it, But, of course, I mean, when it comes to... if it's like, for example, a person who's a Delhiite and somebody who's a Mumbaiker, I mean, if you're used to the life of Delhi, or if it connects to you somehow, you're not able to necessarily explain what it is, but it's just something that just feels right, which is why you feel more inclined towards Delhi as opposed to Mumbai, or vice versa. So similarly, I, as a person, felt on many grounds. You see, I'll tell you something else. I have to somewhere admit that in Pakistan, I belong to a very influential family because of my parents. And so I've seen literally with my father, apart from being ambassador to 14 countries, he was also ADC to 3 presidents. He was chief of protocol to 8 prime ministers and presidents. So I've seen literally as it were, I've seen the corridors of power, and I've seen a lot of things that otherwise people would not see, and a lot of it, frankly speaking, in many respects, disgusted me, because it was something that I could not fathom. And there was a tremendous amount of hypocrisy in the whole manner in which things are done. I mean, and I felt that there was a tremendous amount of artificiality of a narrative that was being created over there, which actually doesn't exist. And it's far from reality. And I know what the reality is. So when somebody tries to do a bit of chest thumping over there, and I'm like, you know what? You might try to project yourself to be a lion, but I know you're a cat.
ये किसको कहते हैं आप?
Army ko.
Army ko? Well, candid admission, because
Yes.
does the army?
Well, you know,
offici-
well, I don't think I don't think it is. I don't think it is a secret in any way. I think it's pretty obvious who runs the affairs over there. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you look at how things have been shaping up, you know, at the political level, if you noticed, there's always been a kind of an attempt to create an understanding. And whenever that has happened, have you ever noticed, if you look at the timelines, whenever they've come close to an understanding, a Kargil has happened, or Pulwama has happened, or Sachin has happened. So this is not a coincidence. There's a reason behind that. And that is that the day Kashmir is sorted, the funds that are coming from the world to the army in the name of Kashmir will stop. And when that stops, where are they going to get their economics sorted out from? You think about that. That's a reality.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all those who have questioned Adnan Sami on why he's getting the Indian citizenship, his candid confession today, I think, deserves a round of applause. So Adnan Sami, when people question your credentials, you know, there are questions about whether Pakistani artists should be allowed to work in Bollywood. Then you get the citizenship, then you get a Padma Shri, and everybody says it's only because there is a point that is being proved by the political administration in this country, and you become the figurehead for the projection that they want to do.
Well, you know, the thing is, which part? Are you talking about the citizenship, or are you talking about the...
All of them together. Everything has been a controversy. So Adnan Sami, the biggest test of patriotism in this country is कि जब इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच होगा तो आप किसके लिए ताली बजाएंगे? अगर ये आपने पास कर लिया तो फिर आपकी सिटीजनशिप पे कोई सवाल नहीं उठाएगा.
देखिए, मैं आपको एक सिंपल सा जवाब देता हूँ. 2003 में जब मैं इंडियन सिटीजन नहीं बना था, मैं पाकिस्तानी सिटीजन था कागज़ पे, तो उस समय मैंने इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम के लिए एक गाना कंपोज किया था जो एंथम बन गया था इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम के लिए, जो मैंने इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम के साथ ही मैंने पिक्चराइज किया था. तो ये तो it was hey ho hey ho, and that was the song that at that time gave me a lot of criticism from Pakistan, but it was the way I felt. And you know, I may have got my citizenship in 2016, but मेरा दिल तो उससे पहले हिंदुस्तानी था.
Well, look at that. Look at that. And the Padma Shri was the cherry on the cake?
You know, I didn't see that coming at all. I mean, you see, जहाँ तक citizenship का ताल्लुक था, वो उसकी जिसे कहते हैं ना जिद्दोजहद, मैं 17 साल से मैं कर रहा था तकरीबन. 2 मरतबा मैं रिजेक्ट भी हो गया था. कुछ लोग ऐसे समझते हैं ना कि एक दिन अदनान समी ने सोचा कि यार इंडियन सिटीजन बनना है तो कहे बन जाओ, करा देते, और अगली सुबह मैं जब उठा तो बन गया. उनको ये नहीं पता कि मुझे 16 साल लगे. 2 रिजेक्शंस भी हुई लेकिन मैंने फिर भी नहीं हार मानी, और उसमें एक प्रोसीजर को मैंने जिस संजीदगी के साथ मैंने पूरा किया, that was something that was a real test in my life. And so somewhere I was hoping, because I was trying, I was hoping that I will one day get it. But the Padma Shri was something, you know, it was just not on my radar. I mean, I got a call from the Ministry of Home Affairs I got a message saying that a joint secretary from the Ministry of Home Affairs would like to talk to you. So I thought it may be about something, something administrative or something of that nature. So
Or another query that came your way.
another, yeah, exactly. So I really hadn't the foggiest idea what it could be. And when the gentleman came on the line, he says, "This Mr. Adnan Sami?" I said, "Yes." And suddenly the tone changed. "I have the privilege of letting you know that you've been confirmed." And I'm like, "What?" And that you have been conferred the Padma Shri Award. And I'm like, quiet. And I'm like, "Can you just say that again, please?" And then he repeated it. And I was absolutely stunned. It was like a bolt of lightning on a day where you least expected rain.
Are you a political animal?
I'm a musician.
You have views on political issues?
Well, I mean, I have views, of course.
And you think the CAA, which talks
God.
about...
I'm just,
you said you have
I'm just
views.
thinking of Al Pacino, when in The Godfather, when he turned around and said, "Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in."
So I want to ask you, persecuted minorities in Pakistan, is that a reality?
Yes, I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
वहाँ कोई जो हिंदू है, सिख है, मंदिर गुरुद्वारा आराम से जा सकता है, उनकी भावनाओं की कदर की जाती है?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it's not as if I've interacted with too many people, but I've seen, for example, in Islamabad, for example, there is and it's ironic because there's a very sort of posh area, which is known as the F sector, and right around that area there is a big wall, and it's like a wall which is one didn't know what that wall was, and on the other side of the wall were these slums. And so one day I said, "What is that? And who lives over there?" And they said, "That's where the Christians live." And I was very upset because it was sad to see that they had been cordoned off into an almost like a quarantine, because of religion. I've seen that, and of course, one reads about what has been happening with the blasphemy laws and so on and so forth, and how they have had things done to people because of their beliefs and so on. It's there. I mean, it's not an exaggeration.
Well, for all those who wanted some sort of evidence, I think tonight
I'm an eyewitness to this. I mean, I've seen this. There's no sensationalism in this at all.
So well, Adnan, आपने प्रूव कर दिया दिल भी हिंदुस्तानी और टीम भी हिंदुस्तानी, गाना भी हिंदुस्तानी. तो आज, when I want to say thank you so much for coming to the Times Now Summit first edition, and I hope you will make this a habit and be our lucky charm every single Times Now Summit that we hold. I also want to wish you all the very best for your new album.